All right, we've got a balance patch coming. We've got some changes to some interesting champs. So we're going to take a look at the champs getting changed and see what they have going on and what they will have going on. There's some interesting names on the list. I think some of you are going to be pretty excited about one in particular for sure. Someone might be bumping up from their spot at the bottom of the roster in the game. So we'll get to him last. First, we've got Lord Chazar. There's not a ton going on with him. They're just bumping up the damage of Cruel Fate. I don't know if it is the damage of the attack or the damage of the bombs. I guess I would assume it's just the damage of the attack, since the damage of the bombs scales on the attack. I guess they could be increasing that too. But we haven't gotten confirmation yet. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We just literally got confirmation right now. It is bomb damage. So they're increasing the bomb damage as though he didn't already do enough. So that's going to be pretty good. Worst raid viewer is going to be pretty upset about that because he's been on the Nerf Chazar meme for like 2.5 years now. So that's pretty good. Next, we got Venus getting some changes, which I kind of thought Venus was squared away. I don't know what we needed to do to Venus. Let's take a look. Let me get my microphone over here too. Burning Passion, is that the A3? AoE, right now it's 50% chance of placing an HP burn. She's getting it bumped up to a 75% chance, which means booked it will be 100% chance. So 100% AoE 8 HP burn on a 4-turn cooldown when she is booked. Okay, that's pretty dope. I guess I never realized that she didn't have 100% chance, and she absolutely should. So that needed doing. I guess I forgot about that. That absolutely needed doing. That's a great change. Cupidus is on this list too, so they're changing them up. I'm wondering if there's anything that'll affect the duo. Let's see. Next up, we got Lugan. I already love me some Lugan. I don't know what they're doing to him. I got a guide up on him that I'll card to if I can remember. Let's see if it'll still be relevant. We've got the bodyguard cooldown getting decreased from 5 turns to 4 turns, 3 when booked. So that's pretty disgusting because he defense buffs himself for 3 turns. So now we're talking about a permanent defense buff on him without needing a mastery proc, just guaranteed permanent defense buff, and then ally protection for 2 turns. Now on a 3-turn cooldown booked, and one of the great things about him is that he just doesn't need that many books comparatively anyway. Mark of Silence is this one. AoE block active skills. Damage will be based on HP instead of attack. I think this is one of my big gripes with him, was that this was HP based and this was attack based, which seemed annoying. This is a fantastic change to an already killer champ. Like, fairly simple kit, excellent champ. So I think everything in the guide will still stand, except if I talk, it's been a while since I made it, but if I talk at all about anything attack-based, which I probably would have said don't even worry about the attack, worry about his HP, it'll all probably still apply. But changing this to HP now gives him some good damage potential, because now he's got an A3 multiplier that's going to scale up his HP. That's pretty dope. So it seems like it's a buff patch. They're making everybody better so far. Pretty substantial. It'll be interesting to see what kind of damage output Chazar has. I think I pulled him on the Free to Succeed account too. We haven't got him 6-starred yet, but we definitely have plans to play around with him once we finish Faction War, so that's good. We tried to get a Venus, it didn't work out. And then Lugan, but it seems like everybody's getting buffed here. Constantine was one that was in dire need of attention. At least that was the narrative. I don't have a lot of experience with him. I heard a couple people say he was much better than he was getting credit for, but Exalted is his passive. Currently, enemies from Undead, Demon Spawn, Knights Rev, killed by this champion cannot be revived. It's only available when Vlad's on the team. Now, ooh, this is a good change. This is a really good change. Now, enemies from Undead, Demon Spawn, and Knights Rev killed by this champion cannot be revived, period. And then, all enemies killed by this champion cannot be revived when Vlad's on the same team. And I believe this dude has some pretty nutty multipliers. So now you don't have to have Vlad to get out of him what you currently get out of him with Vlad. Now, if you have Vlad, he kind of like having a Neithwi in the fight. I don't know how his multiplier is compared to a Neithwi, but that's a pretty good change, I think. I think that's pretty good. Not needing Vlad to still get something out of his passive is pretty dope. Kind of annoying that you needed Vlad to get something out of the passive of a Void Legendary. You know what I mean? That was goofy to begin with, but it's good that they fixed it. That's a good look. Good look. Good changes so far. Cupidus for Flames of Passion. Currently, 3 times at random, each hit has a 50% chance of placing an HP burn. Now that is being changed to an AoE, and it's a 75% chance of placing an HP burn. So 100% chance booked. It's now an AoE instead of a random 3-hitter. That's a crazy change. Now we're talking, yeah, that's good stuff. Another 100% HP burn, and now it's an AoE. And then Punishing Partner. Attacks inflict 25% more damage, period. So the 2 targets under debuffs is now gone. Now he just does 25% more damage. And always counterattacks when attacked. Only available when Venus is on the same team. Now the way they have it separated, like with Constantine's, they now have it's separated so that it seems clear that the all enemies killed by this champion cannot be revived is when Vlad's on the same team. You guys will see it. I'll put it on the screen. With this one, I'm not sure if both effects are when Venus is on the same team, or if you get one and then the other effect is when Venus is on the same team. It's structured a little bit differently, so maybe the whole passive only works when Venus is on the same team. Either way, changing the A2 to an AoE and giving him a 100% chance to land HP burn when he's booked is great. Great change. And let's see, last but not least, Jingwon, the notorious Jingwon. All right, let's see what they did to him here. It looks like he's getting a full overhaul. It looks like every skill is getting touched here. So let's see. Currently, attacks when enemy transfers a random debuff from this champion to the target. Now his A1 attacks when enemy transfers all debuffs from this champion to the target. That is a pretty substantial change, considering there's no chance to proc. As long as you have the accuracy, he'll do it. That seems nice for an A1. Currently, the A2 attacks one enemy, 75% chance of increasing the duration of 2 random debuffs on the target by 1 turn. Also places block active skills, decrease accuracy, decrease crit damage. You can get this down to a 2-turn. Currently, let's see what the change is. Attacks when enemy has a 75% chance of increasing all debuffs on the target by 1 turn. So booked, that gets to 100. Also places a block active skills debuff for 3 turns if the target is under decreased accuracy or decreased crit damage. Okay, that's pretty nasty, actually. That's kind of insane. Booked, it's a 100% chance to increase the duration of all debuffs on the target, and you can get it down to a 2-turn cooldown. That is gross. Next, we've got the passive getting changed. So I guess the A3 is staying the same. Unchained, currently immune to crowd control. And then whenever crowd control is placed on an ally, removes it and places a block debuffs on that ally for 2 turns. And you can get that down to a 4-turn cooldown. Now, still immune to the debuffs. And then the next part of the description is at the end of each turn, removes all fear, true fear freeze, blah blah, from all allies, and places a block debuffs buff for 1 turn on allies who have debuffs removed. That is it's still really good. There's no mention of the cooldown. I guess the cooldowns are unchanged. That's quite a change, though. I don't know. It's interesting. It used to happen whenever it was placed. Now it's at the end of his turn. It says at the end of each turn, though, which makes it sound like there's no more cooldown on it. You know what I mean? At the end of each turn, does this. It'll be interesting to see him practice. Let me see if there's been any questions about it real quick before. No. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that actually plays. But quite a change. I don't know that I think he's going to be on the bottom of the roster anymore. Those are pretty substantial changes, especially if there's no cooldown on this passive. That is potentially disgusting. I feel like if that's the case, you're going to see a lot more of this dude in Arena. And then that is it. That is the patch. So not a huge patch in quantity, but I think quality. I think they did a really good job here. I think these were all changes that needed making. I didn't realize Venus wasn't 100% chance. It does ring a bell now that I think about it, but that absolutely needed doing. I think these are all pretty good changes. Interested to know where you guys are at with it. How many of you have a Jingwon that you were upset about pulling? And how do you feel about the changes? I reckon that's going to be probably the most exciting thing. Maybe Constantine too. Constantine getting some love here is pretty dope as well. I don't know. Who do you think the MVP is of this patch? I think it's got to be him. I think literally everyone kind of regarded him as the worst, and I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. I think there's quite a substantial change. I think he'll feel more like a Void Lego now. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I just wanted to check this out with you guys. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you later.